We explained product rule. Product rule, if we have multiplication for two functions, u and v, to get y dash, differentiation of first multiplied by second, plus differentiation of second, then multiplied by first. For example, I will select question part I. How to find the derivative of this function. If y equals 2x minus 5 multiplied by 3x squared plus 1 whole squared. Let's say the first one is u and the second one is v. Differentiation of first multiplied by second, plus differentiation of second multiplied by the first. So y dash is differentiation of first. What is the derivative of this function? Differentiation of 2x minus 5 is 2. Multiplied by second, 3x squared plus 1 whole squared. Plus differentiation of second. How to get the derivative of the function power n? Drop the power, then minus 1, then derivative of 3x squared plus 1, which will be 6x, then multiply by the first, which is 2x minus 5. To simplify your answer by using the common factor, factorize by using the common factor. Which is common factor? 3x squared plus 1 power 1 and 3x squared plus 1 whole squared. Take the lowest power. What else? You can take also 2 outside as a common factor. The common factor will be 2 and 3x squared plus 1 and open bracket. Divided by 2, when you take a common factor, this means we divided by this factor. When you divide 2 by 2, will be 1. 3x squared plus 1 all squared divided by 3x squared plus 1 all power of 1, we subtract the power. So the answer will be 3x squared plus 1 whole power of 1. Plus 2, 3x squared plus 1 taken outside. So 6x times 2x minus 5 left. You can simplify more. 2 times 3x squared plus 1 times, if you expand, will be 12x squared minus 6x times 5, which is 30x. So simplify 3x squared and 12, 3x squared plus 12 will be 15x squared, and 1 minus 30x, keep it negative 30x plus 1, the final answer simplified. This is y dash. For the first rule, product rule, multiplication of two functions, multiply first by second plus differentiation of second times first. What about if it is three functions? If we have u times v times l, let's say, we have three functions. And we didn't study how to differentiate three product of three functions. If it is possible to find a product of any two and simplify, use it as a one function and use second function and apply the same. Or by the same way, we can find differentiation first, multiply second and the third, plus differentiation of second, multiply first and third, plus differentiation of third, multiply by first and second. You will get your answer. In AS level, we study some applications for differentiation, like what? Like the gradient. How to find the gradient? The gradient of the function is dy by dx simplified. The application is gradient. The gradient is dy by dx. The gradient is y dash, but this gradient in terms of x. If it is given x, you can find the gradient. If it is given the gradient, you can solve your equation to get the value of x. If I ask you to get the coordinates, x and y, you can substitute in the original function. Again, the first one, gradient. Gradient in general is dy by dx, or y dash, or we can name it f dash. But your expression in terms of x. If it is given the value of x, you can find the value of gradient dy by dx. If it is given the gradient, which is dy by dx, you can find the value of x. This is the first application. For example, by looking at question number 2, he asked to get the gradient. Find the gradient of the curve. How to get the gradient? Just find the derivative, then substitute by x equals what? X equals -3. How to find the gradient? Differentiate. How to get the derivative? Is it a product of two functions, x squared and x plus 4, all to the power of half? Yes. Differentiation first, multiply by second, plus differentiation of second, multiply by first, then substitute by the value -3, you can find the gradient. What else about application of differentiation, which we can apply it for any function? Equation of tangent and normal. Equation of tangent and normal. In general, if we have a part from a function and he asks at any point what is the gradient. The gradient, differentiate and substitute by the point. What about tangent? This line is called tangent. How to find the equation of tangent at a given point? Let's say this point x1 and y1. By using a by using a differentiation, find the gradient. In general, equation of any line is y minus y1 is equal to mx minus x1. So we need gradient. Differentiate, substitute by the point, you can find the gradient. And the given point x1, y1, you can find the equation of tangent. By the same way, equation of normal. Normal means perpendicular line. This line, how to get its equation? This is called normal. How to find the equation of normal? The equation of perpendicular line, the difference between tangent and normal, it's a gradient negative reciprocal. Two lines are perpendicular. So the equation of normal will be y minus y1 equals -1 over mx minus x1. This is the equation of tangent and equation of normal. Question about it. Find the equation of tangent to the curve, and it's given a function. Step number 1, find dy by dx. Step number 2, find the gradient, which at x is equal to 1. At x is equal to 1. Then apply the equation of tangent, which is y minus y1 is equal mx minus x1. Maybe given only x coordinate like this. you can find the y coordinate by substitute by 1. Substitute by 1 in the equation. Substitute by 1. 2 minus 1, 1 cube is 1 times 1 plus 1, 2, 2 power 4 is 16. So the y coordinate will be 16. So the whole point 1 and 12. This is x1 and this is y1. Now we have the point. First step, find the differentiation. It's a product of two functions. Differentiation of first, drop the power, then minus 1 from 3 to be 2. Then don't forget to multiply the derivative of this expression, which is negative 1. This is differentiation of first. Multiply by second, which is x plus 1 all to the power of 4. Plus differentiation of second will be 4. Then x plus 1 all to the power of 3. Then derivative of the expression is 1. No need to write. Then multiply by 2 minus x all to the power of 3. 2 minus x all to the power of 3. No need to simplify because I need only the gradient. Just go directly and substitute the value of x, which is equal to a, which is equal to 1. 3 times 2 minus 1 all squared minus 1. 1 plus 1 is 2 all power of 4 plus 4. 1 plus 1 is 2 cube times 1 times 2 minus 1, which is 1 all to the power of 3. Then find your answer. What is the answer of the gradient? By using your calculator direct, you have key, it's written d over dx. Is it? You can use it direct without derivative. Just write your function and x is equal to 1, you will find the gradient. What is the answer? Yes. What is the gradient after substitute? Minus 16. 3 times 1 squared is 1. Then minus 1. Then 16 plus 4 times 8. So the answer is negative 48 plus 32. The answer is negative 16. 16? Okay. Is it negative 16? Now, to get the equation of tangent, y minus y1, here, the point, y1, which is 12, equals m, which is negative 16, x minus 1. This is the final answer. Maybe he asked to write your answer in the form of y equals mx plus c. You have to rearrange. Maybe he asked to write your answer in the form of ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. You can rearrange. If I ask to get equation of normal, will be same, but just use negative reciprocal of gradient. The next question, find the gradient. Find the gradient of tangent at the point where is the curve meets y-axis. When I ask you find the gradient, I need the value of x. What is the value of x? After differentiate, you can use it. But he gave another information to get the value of x. Where curve meet y-axis? When the curve meet y-axis, so x is equal to 0. So just substitute by x equals 0 after differentiate. The point of intersection, so what is the point of intersection with y-axis? If you substitute x0, So your answer will be 2, right? Sorry, negative 2, I think. Negative 2. If you substitute by 0, so this will be 2. 0 will be negative 1, all power 3. So the answer will be negative 2. So differentiate and substitute by x is equal to 0. What about if it is given meet x-axis? Meet x-axis. Y equals 0. Y equals 0. So we have equation x plus 2 multiplied by x minus 1 all to the power of 3 is equal to 0. We have two factors. X plus 2 is equal to 0, so x equals minus 2, or x minus 1 all power of 3 is equal to 0 by taking a cubic root for both sides, so x minus 1 is 0, so x is equal to 1. We have two solutions. So if I ask it to find the gradient, give me the point. If it is given, use it direct. If it is not, you will find information how to find it, like meet x-axis, meet y-axis, meet another equation, solve it simultaneously, maybe. Find the x-coordinate of points on the curve, whereas y equals 3 minus x all power 3 and x plus 1 all squared, whereas gradient is 0. Its differentiation equals 0 and solve your equation. Find the x-coordinate of the point on the curve, whereas gradient is 0, same. Differentiation, simplify as far as possible, and you can take the common factor and simplify, equating with 0, take each factor equal 0 and solve the equation. The equation rule, how to differentiate two functions written as u over v, division. If we have a function y equals u over v, to get the derivative of the function, differentiation first multiplied by second, plus, minus differentiation of second multiplied by first, all divided by v squared. Again, differentiation of first multiplied by second minus differentiation of second multiplied by first divided by square of the denominator. If we look at product rule, if we have product rule y equals u times v and get y dash, u dash times v plus v dash times u, you can switch the order. You can differentiate second multiply by first plus first multiply differentiation of second. It's correct. You can switch the order between this and this. Yeah, u dash v, you can write v u dash plus u v dash. It's correct. But when we have division, because we have a negative sign, we cannot write v dash times u first. But we can switch in between. We can write v u dash. It's correct. We can write this u v dash. But I will recognize it as differentiation of first. But when I say here first, means the numerator. Second is denominator. Differentiation of first multiplied by second minus differentiation of second multiplied by first, then divided by v squared. If we have a function written in this form, y is equal to x squared, we have u over v, a quotient rule. The first one will be u, second one will be v, then start to apply y dash. U dash times v minus v dash times u, all divided by v squared. Differentiation of first, multiply by second. 2x, this is the derivative of u, multiply by v, which is 2x plus 1, minus differentiation of second, which is 2, multiply by x squared minus 5, divided by 2x plus 1, the whole squared. Try to simplify. Is there any common factor up? There is a common factor. Yes, we can take 2 only. Okay, if you take 2 outside, so x multiplied by 2 will be 2x squared. Then x multiplied by 1 is x. Then minus x squared. Then minus plus 5. Divided by 2x plus 1, the whole squared. This is y dash. Simplify, y dash equals fraction. 2x squared minus x squared is only 1x squared plus x plus 5. Divided by 2x plus 1, the whole squared. If I ask to get gradient, substitute by x. If I ask to get equation of tangent, same, y minus y1 is equal to mx minus x. If I ask to find the gradient, equation of tangent, equation of normal, also we explain how to get a stationary point, how to get the nature of a stationary point, how do you know it's a minimum or maximum, by using the second derivative. So start to differentiate again by using the same rule, quotient rule. Then equating with 0 first derivative to get the stationary point, but for the second derivative we use it to get its minimum or maximum. I will give 2 minutes. Please find the derivative of this function. Now let's see, I will change the function. I'm waiting 3 minutes. All of you, please try to solve, find the derivative. If you find the derivative of first, which is 3x plus 2 all squared, multiply by second, which is x minus 1 all to the power of half, minus to the derivative of this function, which is x minus 1 all power of half, drop the power, then minus 1, then multiply by derivative of x minus 1, which is equal to 1, then x plus 2 all to the power of 3. Divided by x minus 1, all power of 2, cancel square root, so will be x minus 1. You can simplify by using the common factor. Which is common factor? X minus 1 all to the power of what? Negative half. And x plus 2 all to the power of what? Of 2. And open brackets. When we simplify, keep 3, x plus 2 all squared taken outside. When you x minus 1 all squared divided by x minus 1 all to the power of negative half, it's a half. If you simplify it, you will get x minus 1 all power of 1. When you subtract the powers, half minus half will be 1. Then minus half, when you take x plus 2 all squared outside, so left x plus 2 all divided by denominator. X minus 1. This is x minus 1 power negative half and the x minus 1 power 1. You can subtract the powers. So the answer down will be x minus 1 whole power of half. Or you can write it again square root. So you can write it as square root again of x minus 1 after removing this part, and write x plus 2 the whole squared and simplify 3x minus 3 minus half x negative 2. So x plus 1 all x plus 2 all squared multiplied by 3x minus half x will be 2.5x minus 5 divided by square root of x minus 1. Final exam, if I didn't ask to get your answer simplified, I just want to differentiate. But when you get like stationary point, you can take the derivative is equal to 0. This means numerator is equal to 0. So if you factorize it, it will be easy to solve your equation directly. But in the question, if I ask you to get equation of tangent and normal, no need. Just differentiate, substitute by the value of x, get the gradient, get y. If it is not given, then find your equation. But we try to simplify to be easy to solve it in case if I ask about the stationary point. By looking at exercise 4b, the first point you have to know it is how to find the derivative in case if we have two functions u over v, but try to simplify your answer by taking the common factor. In question number 2, he asked to find the gradient. Just to differentiate and substitute by the value of x. Differentiate, use u over v, then substitute by x is equal to 2. Part 3, he asked to get the coordinate of points where the gradient, the tangent is parallel to x-axis. Tangent parallel to x-axis, this means its gradient is what? Is 0. So when we have tangent parallel to x-axis, so the gradient is 0. So in this case, if you have a fraction, and this fraction equals 0, the fraction is formed from two parts, numerator and denominator is equal to 0. In this case, the numerator only will be what? 0. If you make a cross multiplication, you will get n equals 0. So please, we have here two cases. If it is given the line parallel to x-axis means horizontal line. So its gradient is 0. If your expression written as a fraction, numerator over denominator, so use numerator is equal to 0. What about in case if it is written vertically, parallel to y-axis? What is the gradient? The gradient will be infinity, is 1 over 0, any number over 0. So in this case, if you have a fraction, and this fraction is equal 1 over 0, fraction numerator over denominator is 1 over 0. This means denominator is equal what? 0. So if we have a line tangent parallel to x-axis, means gradient 0. But when you solve the equation, you will find a fraction. In case if you have a fraction, use only numerator is equal to 0. In case of the line parallel to y-axis, so the gradient is a number over 0, means denominator is 0. But make sure there is no common points between numerator and the denominator. You have to remove it first. If say, for example, we have x minus 1 multiplied by 2 plus x divided by x minus 1 multiplied by 3 plus 2x. let's say, for example, if you equate the numerator by 0, don't say so x equals 1 and x equals minus 2. No, there is a common, you have to remove it first. Now, if the fraction is equal to 0, numerator is 0. If the fraction is equal to 0, use it. So back to the question again. So you have to get what first? Derivative of the function, then equal 0, use only numerator is equal to 0 and solve your equation. We'll solve it. Find dy by dx. dy by dx. Differentiation of first multiply by second. Differentiation of first 2x minus 1 all power of 1. Differentiation of first multiply by second 2x plus 5 minus differentiation of second, which is 2 multiply by x minus 1 all squared divided by 2x plus 5 the whole squared. dy by dx, simplify if there is a common factor. Which is common factor between numerator and denominator? 2. What else? X minus 1, open bracket. 2 taken, x minus 1, so left 2x plus 5. Minus 2 times x minus 1, because x minus 1 all squared, we already take it outside. Divided by 2x plus 5, the whole squared. Simplify more. dy by dx is equal to 2 times x minus 1. If you expand 2x plus 5 minus 2x plus 2 divided by 2x plus 5 the whole squared. Simplify dy by dx equals fraction 2 times x minus 1 minus 2x plus 2x 5 plus 2 is 7 divided by 2x plus 5 the whole squared. Now it's given the tangent is parallel to x-axis, means gradient is 0, means numerator only will be 0. If you use numerator 2 times 7, you can write it 14 multiplied by x minus 1 is equal to 0 divided by 14, x minus 1 is 0, so x equals what? X is equal to 1. Ask to get x coordinate or the coordinates of the points. The coordinates of the points, so I need x and y. X is 1, x1. Remove now x and write 1, so 1 minus 1 is 0, so 1 and 0. This is the point on the curve, whereas the tangent is parallel to x-axis. By looking at question number 4, same, but the gradient given. Find the coordinates of the points of the curve, whereas gradient is equal to 1.
There's 1 minute left for the box.
Differentiate, then equal to 1. Differentiate, then equal to 1. The gradient is equal to 1 and solve your equation. Question number 5. Find the equation of tangent. How to get the equation of tangent? Differentiate, then substitute by the given point. It's not given, but given information about how to find it. He asked to find the equation of tangent. Where is the curve cross y-axis? Cross y-axis means x equals 0. What about y? Substitute in the original function by x is 0, x is 0. So the answer is -4. Now we have the point 1, 0 and -4. So find the equation of tangent. Now we already have x1 and y1, but still need to get the gradient by using differentiation. Substitute x is equal to 0 you can find the gradient. Question number 6, he asked to just differentiate, apply the form. How to differentiate? Using U over V. Differentiation of first, multiply by second. Differentiation of second, multiply by first, divided by denominator square. It's a given, find the point. Just differentiate and equating with gradient, whereas gradient is 0, solve your equation and find the value of x. Find the equation of normal, find the equation of tangent. Thank you.